All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahasham, Baruchach Wadash. Peace and blessings to the elect, the listen, learning the Yakim Wa, Akwafiyam, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and the elder bishops. Much respect to the mighty Kabar Yum on the houses and hedges, the Yashra Allah to the marriage, and to the Kabar making videos of edification to wake up the Lord sheep. And salutations to let's gather abroad that be unto the speckled bird. Shalom. So just something in the spirit of power Yahweh Shem Yahushai going in on these SNAP benefits being cut off, okay? Other services being cut off by this government, during this this whole shutdown. And I was just thinking about something, whether they cut them off or whether they reinstate them. Because I know here in the state of Maine, our governor is fighting to keep benefits for those who need it in the state of Maine. So whether that's passed or not, the whole picture is control, okay? That the scripture says, lest Satan get advantage of us, we're not ignorant to his devices. And ultimately, the powers that be, the wicked who rule the earth, are monitoring and seeing how people react if they take away their benefits, okay? Whether it be the internet being shut down, whether it be funds being taken away, whether it be, public assistance, government assistance being taken away, to ultimately, come to the conclusion that the majority of society will depend on this rulership, will depend on this government, right? The scriptures talk about how the rebellious shall go down to Egypt for help, okay? So they're trusting in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Because, the hopefully elect, we understand that according to the scriptures, it says that the ones that serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, serve in truth, they shall eat and they shall drink, while the rest shall be thirsty and hunger, okay? So ultimately, those who rely on this government, okay, they're gonna take that MOTB. When that MOTB is made mandatory to where you cannot buy or sell, okay, that means you can't buy groceries, okay, you can't make purchases, all right, even buy supplies, so on and so forth, and to where you can't do any business deals without that MOTB, okay, which is the RFID CHIP, okay, by them cutting off benefits, they can see who is going to 100% fully confide and trust in the government and who isn't, okay? And we already know that the elect are not going to bend that knee to the beast system, okay? Yahweh Ratazah, we are amongst the elect, and Yahweh Ratazah, when Revelation the 13th chapter, starting at the 15th verse on down, comes into play, okay, that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will give us that spirit to endure unto the end, as the scripture says, but he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, okay? So overall, this is just a tactic and a strategy to see who will conform, okay? Because once those storehouses are empty and those fields are unsown and chaos ensues, okay, that's when they'll be able to implement martial law spoken of in 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 17, where it says that man shall desire to enter into a city and shall not be able to, okay? Then in 2 Ezra the 16th chapter, it goes into how neighbors shall fight against each other like enemies for the lack of bread and for great tribulation, okay? And this is the plan of the wicked, to take away, to have the people rise up in an uproar, okay? Who is going to conform when that MOTB is made mandatory, and who is going to rebel when that MOT is mandatory, okay? This is why the scripture says that The prudent man foreseeth the evil and hide himself. Okay? While the wicked go on and are punished, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, the foolish are going to rely on this government in one of all things. Okay, they're not going to have the 50 Bashim Yahushai. And once they take that CHIP, that MOTB, they already made allegiance to the wicked. That's when you're going to be hit with them grievous sores, man, and take part in a lake of fire, which is the thermonuclear heat from the Third World, right? World War III. So, using wisdom to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you can see what the wicked has in store. This is why the scripture says to fret not because of evildoers, because of the wicked devices are brought to pass. Because we understand that the scriptures also say that the Lord would take the crafty, or the Lord would take the heathen in their own craftiness. Okay? Man's goings is of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So at the end of the day, we're going to trust in the power that controls man, not in man. Okay? So, just something to consider. Because, you have to look at things from all perspectives. Okay? Like in boxing, you have to see why is that boxer setting up his jab? Okay? Why is he using his jab? What attack is he using to set up? Okay? If that kickboxer is throwing that teep, what is he setting up after that? Is he setting up the teep to a switch roundhouse? Is he setting up the teep into a switch knee? Or is he setting up a teep for a 1-2 then a low roundhouse? Okay? So it goes with the device of the wicked. What is he setting up? Okay? Why is he doing these things, man? What is his strategy? What is the tactic? And that tactic is control. Okay? To control the masses. To control them by taking away what pleases their flesh. Taking away their benefits. Okay? Hey, shutting down the internet. So on and so forth. So, overall, everything is devised, man, to control. Okay? To oppress the poor. That's what the scripture says. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And we have the wicked who are in rulership. So, like I said, if the benefits are cut off for November, it's for control. If they are implemented where people can get their benefits, it's for control. Okay? Either way, the wicked, is doing it for control, man. So once they do take away all benefits, when food shortages hit, then what? Chaos. Because they already know how the people will react from, past tactics. So now they understand that the people are going to be in an uproar, and then they can implement martial law. And then guess what? The MOTB is made mandatory. And those who are carnal, those who walk in the flesh, they're going to take it, especially those who have children. So there's something to think about. Akin Wak Wathiam. Again, something to spare Paul Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Stay strong and trust in the Lord. Okay? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will provide for us. Just like how he provided for the Israelites in the wilderness by giving them manna. Okay? He kept them fed. When he had Moses tap the rock and water came out. Okay? So we have to believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that He will feed us, that He will keep us safe and keep us warm. All right, we talked about those who trust in the Lord being in league with the animals of the wilderness and the stones of the field. Okay, that's in the book of Job. So just something to spirit power Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Pray that y'all were edified, keep the faith, and stay strong. Shalom.